So it's only been a couple days, and needless to say, I've spent many days or hours or minutes or whatever crying. And what I did not realize is that this mascara, if you could see this, maybe it's backwards, NYX makes it. It's called Pinup Tease. I don't know, I bought it because I ran out of mascara, and I didn't realize until the last couple days that it lasted longer than I did. I must have cried. I don't even just lost count how many times, but it did not run. So anyway, it doesn't say waterproof mascara on it, but if you're looking for waterproof mascara, NYX is cruelty free. It's inexpensive. I got it right at CVS, so that's my little beauty tip of the day.
No day.
Hey there. I had a day off today, so I decided to clean out my closets. I have some stuff I'm donating to the animal shelter that was Willie's, so I figured I might as well go through the closets and grab blankets, towels, anything, bedding, anything that animals can use to lay on at the shelter. And I have to go for an MRI today because in the beginning of the summer I did a really stupid thing. I was trying to get a great photo and I did a split, which I can normally do, but I was not warmed up at all, and I knew I only had 10 seconds timer on the camera, so I just kind of jumped up on this wall and did a split and heard this pop sound, which I don't know, it probably was a tear. So basically where your hamstring goes up to your sit bones, right at that point. Yeah, and it's been about 5 months and still not healed yet, although it's about, I don't know, maybe 50% better. So that's why I think it's a tear. I'm also having issues with my lower back, which I already had issues where it kind of goes out of alignment. And for like the last year, I've been carrying Willie up and down the stairs at least 5-6 times a day on top of doing my workout. So I've just basically been trying to self-correct with stretching, taking some yoga, which just really this last month I tried to make a point of at least once a week, sometimes twice if I can, to take a yoga class. Find it helps, but I had x-rays and apparently my L5, which is, you know, the lower disc, is slipping forward a little bit, and probably the hamstring pulling tight is knocking everything out. So getting an MRI and probably starting physical therapy. So I need to get that better. Anyway, it's exactly a week. Well, tomorrow will be a week that we had to put Willie to sleep. So the fact that I only cried one time today is a huge improvement. So I don't have my waterproof mascara on. I'm taking a chance. Anyway, yeah. So it's been a really freaking hard week. Every single thing reminds me of this little guy. And I'm trying to just look at all the positives and new start to my life. I've been raising children and pets for 28 years now, and it's the first time that I can actually just say, oh, I'm off next weekend. I think I'm gonna just go somewhere, or even just going into the city for the whole entire day and not worrying what time I have to be home to take him out, walk him. And he was very, very special needs the last 10 months. So we did what we could, and he had a great life, and I'm happy about everything. And now I need to start pursuing other goals and moving on with my life and not use that as an excuse anymore. So let's see, fresh start. So I'm stopping at the Sea Caucus Animal Shelter. No, not to adopt an animal. I'm not ready for that. But I do have some of Willie's stuff that I'm going to drop off. So it's first step. Hi, look at this pretty girl. Oh my goodness. It is Friday on my day off, and it has been quite a week. So I mentioned that I was getting an MRI on my hamstring because I did a really stupid thing, and I did a split without being warmed up for a photo, and I heard a pop in like my butt cheek area. I kind of felt that I must have torn maybe a partial tear of one of the ligaments, even though I've been continuing to work out and stretch and do yoga, pampering it, of course. And I would say it's like maybe 55%, 60% improved as far as my range of motion, my flexibility. But the MRI showed that I have, out of 3 ligaments that go from your hamstring to your, basically your sit bone, I have completely torn 2 of those and partially torn the 3rd. So that is really bad. And I'm trying not to freak out, but if I have to get surgery, not only is the recovery going to be so long and hard, but I just feel like I can't even imagine how I'm going to have my flexibility back at any point. I did have rotator cuff surgery, and there's an anchor in my right shoulder. There were 3 partial tears 3 years ago from lifting a patient at the hospital. So, I mean, you know, I couldn't help it. That was just something that just happened out of my control. But this injury I have now was totally my fault, and I'm really upset at myself for it. But anyway, the point is, although I got most of my range of motion and strength back for my shoulder, but because there's an anchor in there, if I wanted to do a back bend like in yoga, I really can't do a good one because my arm just won't go back that way because of the anchor. So I don't know what this surgery entails if I have to get it. And I almost can't imagine not getting it, because if that last piece snaps, my hamstring will literally just roll down my leg. And since my whole livelihood is fitness and, you know, even at the hospital, just active all the time. So, and no, this is not my car. My car's in a shop too. So it's just one of those weeks. And yes, I'm at Retro. I am going to work out. I am not going to just sit around and do absolutely nothing and get depressed over it. So I've been working out for the last 5 months, teaching classes and everything, just being mindful of the injury. And now that I'm aware of what's wrong, I have to just be even more careful. So I don't know, if I don't do something though, I'm gonna I'm just gonna lose it. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, so I'm getting a ride from Coda. My car's in the shop, and look what the back of this car looks like just for 2 nights away with a little critter. Had to get him a cage, a little carrier, some hay, water bottles. Oh, for this little guy. Jeez. Little Gamja. Hey, so it is Saturday afternoon and I'm off, and I was thinking that I would be doing some fitness clips to film, maybe some in-home workouts. And I'm already in my jeans and my coffee has worn off and I don't feel like it. So I've just been doing some stretches with my foam roller here, making my back feel a little bit better. I'm a little concerned now what I can or can't do because of my injury to my hamstring. You know, this is really more for the upper back. I think as I'm sleeping weird, I get really tight. Okay, you could also go down lower for your lower back. And if you're feeling tightness in your hips or your butt, you can turn onto the side and just roll, which is what I've been doing because the injury I have is at the top of my hamstring, literally where it attaches to your sit bone. So I do this on both sides, and that seems to help. And then another thing that I do, because my last vertebrae, L5, is slipping forward a little bit, causing some back pain. So when I went to physical therapy, they told me to just put this under my sacrum and just kind of lay like that for like 5 minutes or as long as I could take it. And I guess the weight of my hips pushes me down, pushes the sacrum up, and then puts things somewhat in alignment. I don't know, so I've been doing this in the morning when I first get out of bed. And just, you know, some of these back stretches, except it sounds like a popcorn machine. And I don't know, now I'm kind of nervous about everything I'm doing. So it feels better, but I'm limiting it now to just a few minutes of some basic stretches in the morning and throughout the day if I feel like I really need to do it.